On Monday, he had an opinion. It was a clear opinion. He had thought about it. He was confident in it. If you had asked him on Monday, he would have told you exactly what he thought and why. By Wednesday, he had a different opinion. Not because he received new information. Not because anything changed. Because on Tuesday, he was in a room where everyone else had a different opinion. And by Wednesday, his had quietly become theirs. He does not know this happened. This is following the crowd. And the reason is considerably older than the opinion he no longer has. He is in a meeting. A question is raised. He knows the answer. He is confident in the answer. He has thought about this before, and his thinking produced a clear conclusion, and the conclusion is sitting right there in his head, ready to be said out loud. 3 people speak before him. All 3 give the same answer. It is a different answer from his. He gives their answer. Not his. Theirs. He delivers it with the specific energy of someone who arrived at this conclusion through careful, independent thought. He did not arrive at this conclusion through careful, independent thought. He arrived at it 11 seconds ago when the third person said it, and something in his brain quietly updated his position to match the room. Here is why. One leading explanation from social psychologists is called normative social influence. The brain monitors group consensus in real time and treats significant deviation from that consensus as a social risk. In 200,000 BC, being the person with the wrong opinion in a group of 50 could signal poor judgment. Poor judgment signaled reduced value to the tribe. Reduced value to the tribe signaled reduced survival probability. The brain learned to weight group consensus heavily, not because the group is always right, but because the cost of being visibly wrong with everyone watching was historically very high. The cost in this meeting is a slightly awkward moment. The brain has not updated the threat level accordingly. He gives their answer. He believes it is his answer. It is not his answer. Meanwhile, Four-Mammoth Hunter has never changed his answer because of a room. He has never been in a meeting. He does not know what a meeting is. He went east when everyone went west. He got more mammoth. He has never once wondered what everyone else thought about his hunting strategy. He nodded. Back. He did not need the thing. He did not want the thing on Tuesday. On Wednesday, he noticed that a significant number of people had the thing. Not everyone. Not most people. A significant number. Enough that the thing appeared to have social proof. Enough that not having the thing began to feel like a different kind of statement than simply not having the thing. He bought the thing on Thursday. He has told 3 people, it is very good. He has used it once. Here is why. One leading explanation from behavioral researchers is that social proof operates as an information shortcut. In an environment with too much information and too little time to evaluate all of it, the brain uses what other people are doing as a proxy for what is correct. If a significant number of people are eating the berries are probably safe. If a significant number of people are avoiding the river crossing is probably dangerous. The brain did not have time to evaluate everything independently. It used the crowd as a data source. The crowd is now buying the thing. The brain has processed this as relevant information about the thing. The thing is not relevant information. The crowd was buying it because other people were buying it, because other people were buying it, because someone with a large following mentioned it, and that person bought it because it appeared in a recommended list generated by an algorithm that noticed other people buying it. There is no original signal in this chain. There is only crowd. He has told a 4th person the thing is very good. In 1951, Solomon Asch ran a study that changed everything researchers thought they knew about independent human judgment. Participants were shown 2 cards. One card had a single line on it. The other had 3 lines of different lengths labeled A, B, and C. The task was simple. Which of the 3 lines matches the line on the first card? The answer was obvious. Unambiguously obvious. Unambiguously obvious. The correct line was clearly different in length from the other 2. The participants were seated in a room with 7 other people. The 7 other people were actors. The actors were instructed to give the wrong answer. When the actors unanimously gave the wrong answer, approximately 75% of real participants gave the wrong answer at least once. Not because they could not see. Because the group said something different from what they saw. And the brain, in real time, began to doubt the evidence of their own eyes. Some participants reported genuinely believing the wrong answer was correct, not performing agreement. Believing it. The brain changed what they perceived to match the group. He would have given the wrong answer. You would have given the wrong answer. Almost everyone does. Meanwhile, if the Four-Mammoth Hunter had been in the study, he would have given the correct answer. Not because he is braver. Because his social threat detection system does not file a risk report when his answer deviates from the group. He would have looked at the line. He would have said the correct one. He would have nodded. He would have laughed. He would have found this entire situation extremely straightforward. Fact. He has a new opinion. He did not have this opinion last week. He would not have recognized this opinion last week. If you had described this opinion to him last week, he would have said he saw the issue differently. This week he holds the opinion with moderate conviction. He is not sure where he encountered it. Somewhere. in a conversation or an article or a comment thread or video. At some point in the last 7 days, enough sources expressed this view that his brain quietly filed it under things that are probably true. He has not examined it. He has not tested it against evidence. He has absorbed it through exposure and proximity, and the brain's tendency to interpret repeated exposure as confirmation. Here is why. Researchers studying belief formation have identified what they call the illusory truth effect. Information that is encountered repeatedly feels more true than information encountered once, regardless of whether it is actually true. The brain uses familiarity as a proxy for accuracy. In 200,000 BC, information that circulated widely through the tribe was more likely to be grounded in real experience than information heard from one person once. Repetition was a reasonable signal for reliability. The information is now circulating widely through an information environment, with no relationship to reliability whatsoever. The brain is still using repetition as a signal. He holds the opinion with moderate conviction. He is not examined. He will express it confidently at dinner. He is trying to remember what he thinks. Not about the big things. He knows approximately what he thinks about the big things. About a specific medium-sized thing, something he has a genuine stake in, something that affects him directly. He is trying to locate his actual position. He cannot find it. He can find what people he respects think. He can find what the people around him think. He can find what the most vocal people in the relevant conversation think. He can find what he said last week which he suspects was influenced by who he was talking to at the time. Cannot find the thing underneath all of that. His actual position. The one that would still be there if nobody was watching. Here is why. Researchers studying identity and social influence have found that the boundary between genuine personal belief and socially adopted belief is significantly more porous than people assume. The brain does not maintain a clean separation between what I actually think and what the group thinks. It integrates social information continuously and updates positions based on group consensus so smoothly that the update is invisible to the person experiencing. You do not feel your opinion changing. You feel yourself always having held the opinion you currently hold. This is not dishonesty. This is the integration running exactly as designed. In 200,000 BC, a person whose beliefs drifted toward group consensus was a person who remained inside the group. Remaining inside the group kept you alive. Cannot find his actual position. The Four-Mammoth hunter could find his in 4 seconds. He has never wondered what anyone else thought about his position. He went east. He got more mammoth. Here's the thing nobody told you about following the crowd. You are not weak. You are not a pushover. You are not someone who lacks the courage of their conviction. You are a social animal whose brain has been running a group monitoring system for 200,000 years. The system updates your position toward group consensus because for 200,000 years, the person whose position stayed in line with the group was the person who remained in the group, and remaining in the group was survival. The Asch participants who gave the wrong answer were not stupid. They were not cowards. They were running the same system you are running right now. The system detected a deviation between their answer and the group's answer and generated a social threat response strong enough to override the evidence of their eyes. That is how strong the system is. That is how old the system is. You are not following the crowd because you have no backbone. You are following the crowd because your backbone has been evolving for 200,000 years, and it learned that the group was usually the safer bet. The group is not always the safer bet. The group bought the thing. The group gave the wrong answer. The group went west. But your brain does not know which Tuesday this is. It applies the same weighting every time. The only way to find your actual position is to look for the thing that would still be there if nobody was watching. The opinion you would hold in an empty room. The answer you would give if the 7 actors had not spoken first. It is there. It is usually quieter than the group. But it is there. Nothing has changed in 200,000 years. Only the size of the crowd. And the crowd got considerably louder. Hit subscribe. Independently. Without checking what anyone else is doing. The Four-Mammoth hunter already subscribed. He did not check if anyone else had subscribed first. He did not look at the subscriber count before deciding. He looked at the line. He gave the correct answer. He nodded. He is hunting mammoths.